Hey, Chris, good to see you. What's been the key for you to staying ready this year, and just how much did it mean to you to be able to step in and contribute to a big win against the number one defense yesterday?
My preparation is always something that I take really precious time at, and I really hone in on what we have that week, and just every position. Like I always try to go down the line and just figure out what I can get better at, and just follow the people that's in front of me, basically, and just seeing what works for them, and also just trying to find things that works for me on Sunday. So the key to the victory was just to stay ready and ultimately just continue to do my job at a high level. And we always have that next man up mentality. So we just want to be able to just take control and keep fighting.
Hey, Chris, Coach Stefanski told us earlier that Wyatt Teller's week to week with that calf injury. So if you're the guy in Pittsburgh, it sounds like it. If he is week to week, then
Mhm.
how much pride do you take in making sure that you keep that position at right guard strong? And how well is Wyatt been playing when you talk about following guys in front of you?
Man, watching Wyatt, man, is amazing to see. He works his butt off, man, and you see that film game after game, and I just want to continue that role and continue to do well in that position. Not only for me but for him too, because I know him looking at the film, he'd be man, like man, I can learn from you, or I can learn from him. So some of the things that I try to look at and just try to take advantage of is just get better, and he's been getting better, and I'm gonna continue to hold this spot down for him.
Thanks, Nate. Next up is Tom Withers.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Chris. Good seeing you, man. Hey,
Oh,
before
good
you
seeing you.
got here, and I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here, but you played on legitimate playoff contending teams. Why does this team feel so legitimate right now after 5 games?
Man, Coach Stefanski and the whole coordinator, everybody's doing a great job, man. Is just staying together and sticking to the plan, making the right adjustments when need be. And I feel like, man, whenever we step on the field, like we're able to just put up as many points as we can, and everybody's sticking together like glue. We're working hard, and we're making sure that we are on the same page. That's ultimately like the key of playing football. You want to be on the same page. The communication has to be at an all-time high level, and that's what it takes to be a playoff contender team. And as well, you have to have depth too, because injuries may happen, and you want to continue to make sure that you're ready when that time comes.
You touched on it a little bit, but what has impressed you most about Coach Stefanski, considering this is the first time he's been a head coach at any level?
Man, I just like the fact that he's willing to put it all out there, man. He's willing to make the right, like I said before, make the right adjustments, as well as make the right play calls. And he's just keeping, like I said before, he's just keeping us all together, making sure that we're accountable for each other. And that's, like I said, that's how you win games.
Thanks, boss.
Next question will come from Jeff Shadell.
I have two questions, Chris. First off, how much time do you spend practicing at guard, and how much at center during a normal week?
So for guard, I literally had one rep at guard this past week, and that's something. I just constantly try to look at the position and watch the person that's in front of me, like I said before, and just picking up new tools that's Coach Callahan that he's been giving us. He's always teaching us the right techniques, the things to do on Sunday, and that's pretty much what I'm capable of doing.
And the second question is, were you discouraged when the Browns made a point of going out and signing Jack Conklin? That was like a priority for them.
Not at all, man. This is a business. I know that for a fact, man. And the thing is, man, you have to constantly just be ready, man. No matter what, this game is gonna have its changes. Jack is doing a great job, man, handling his job, and I'm just here to, continue to fill a role and continue to help this team win, no matter whatever they need me at. I kick the ball if they ask me to kick the ball, man. So I'm just constantly trying to learn the game. And like you said before, I missed out on your question about center. I take center snaps after practice every day with Coach Callahan.
Thanks, Jeff. Next, we'll go to Tony Grossi.
Hey, Chris, if you had one rep at guard this week, that play on Dearness Johnson's 28-yard run where you pull, is that a difficult play, having not practiced it all week?
No, like for us, like the play calls are legit. You know what I mean? The thing is, you have to flip it in your head, position like on the side that you play on. Like if it's right guard, left guard, you just have to. I just have to flip that play in my head, and at the line, I was thinking like, okay, it's me that has to, that has to pull. So I'm ready. You know what I mean? Like those are things that you think about before the play is being called. You try to assess your assignment before it even happens, and that's one of the things that I looked at before I got to the line.
And you, more than anyone, is in a unique position to know what this Pittsburgh game means. You've been on that side, you've been on this side.
Mm-hmm.
How do you balance the fact of what this game means versus the preachings of the coach, 1-0, one game at a time? Do you have to adjust your mindset from the last couple of years, do you think?
The assignment is always from week in, week out is go 1-0. That's our motto. And, going into this game, it's a big game. It's a rivalry game. I feel like every game is a big game. So no matter the circumstances or who we play, each week is a big game. So going into Pittsburgh is just we know what's at stake, and like I said before, we're looking to go 1-0. That's the motto.
Thank you.
Next up is Scott Petrick.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, not much. Have you ever started a game at guard before in the league?
Never. That was my first one. It was it was surreal, man, because I never thought about playing guard, in a game before. Like it just never crossed my mind.
And then with that in mind, I guess, like, how valued do you feel that the coaches see you as kind of that sixth starter? So no matter who goes down, you're the guy to fill in whatever position it is.
It's a humbling experience, man. It's amazing to be talked about and being able to hold that weight down. And it's something that you never wanted to see any injuries happen. You never want to see anything happen to anybody. But man, just being able to be ready and stay constantly ready, that's something that this league is about.
Thanks.
Next, we'll go to Nate Ulrich.
Hey, Chris, to clarify, you've never played guard in a game before?
No, I've done it preseason, but not in the regular season game.
Okay. And hey, I wanted to ask you about this scheme. I mean, I know you're not the biggest NFL offensive lineman.
Right.
Do you think this scheme fits you a little bit better than what you've been in previously with the Browns? I mean, are you able to use your movement skills a little bit more to your advantage in it? How do you think it fits you?
Oh yeah, I love this. I love the scheme, the zone scheme, and it's it just shows the athleticism of the offensive line and shows us how we can be able to maneuver and run and just open hole for the outside zone for the running backs. It just shows a lot of skills, a lot of placement, and this is something that I've always loved, this scheme of offense, and it's a very high power, high fun offense to be in.
Thanks, Nate. We'll go to Marla Ridenauer.
Yeah, Chris, great to see you.
Good to see you.
I'm just curious. I mean, have you seen anything different in Baker this year? Maybe even the way he's, commanding the huddle, or even just anything that, shows you that, maybe he's, I don't want to say growing up necessarily, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, he's a leader, man. He's very vocal. When he comes in that huddle, man, he needs us, man, and he wants a lot out of us, and making plays and making adjustments. And when it's crucial timing, he's always coming into the huddle, making sure, like, man, we got to get this. You know what I mean? Like, this is time. We have to take control. He says those things, and that's what you need in the quarterback, man. I always look up to Baker, man, because when he came into the league, you know, um, it was a different role for him at first, and then he got his opportunity. Then you start seeing the traits that everybody was talking about, as far as like him being that leader and everything. He's able to take control. So I see that in him. I love the dude, man. He worked his butt off, and he's going to continue to get better each week in and week out.
I presume you think he'll do everything in his power to be ready on Sunday.
Oh yeah, he will. I know for a fact he will.
Yeah. And one little thing about you, how do you, with all these positions that you're playing, do you have to like compartmentalize, like, so like almost, I just don't know how does your mind work with all this stuff to think about?
My mind runs 1,000 million miles an hour. But for me, I have to meditate. Honestly, I really have to meditate and just tell myself to calm down. You got this. One play at a time. And my technique and my coaching will take care of itself on the field. And those are some of the things that I look to that helps me and gets me ready for it's time for battle.
Thank you.
Hmm.
We're gonna take two more, Jake Trotter and Scott Petrick. Jake, go ahead.
Yeah, hey Chris.
Hey.
What have been your impressions of Coach Callahan, and how do you think he has helped you guys make the turnaround that you have up front so far this season?
I love his enthusiasm, man. He's a guy that comes to work happy every single day, and you're gonna get a smile from him every single day, and you're gonna get the very best coaching from him every single day. And he's a guy that constantly hones on technique, making the right adjustments. He's always doing that during the play call. Like, even when we come to the sideline during the game, he's like, "Hey, what did you see here? Hey, could we run that again? Or hey, can we make different adjustments? Can we make this play right?" Those are some of the things that you see out of Coach Callahan that raise my antenna and keeps me on board with him, because he knows what he's doing, man. He's a great coach, and I'm glad we have him.
Last question will go to Scott Petrick.
Hey, Chris, like Tony said, nobody knows the Steelers like you do. So I got a couple questions. One, how nice is it to finally have kind of a matchup with them when both teams are really good?
Oh, it's fun. Oh man, it's gonna be fun games going into this game. Um, I think for the most part, the intensity of the game is gonna be at an all-time high, as before, because we're a different unit this year. We have a different scheme, and we are, we're a very hungry team this year, man. We're very hungry, and that's some of the things that you see, and that you'll see on Sunday.
And then with their, you mentioned your new scheme. What kind of challenges is their, 3-4 defense with those two outside linebackers present for, you guys wanting to do that wide zone?
Our tight ends, we're gonna be ready. They're gonna be ready. I know for a fact, because they're gonna have to take care of Bud, as well as TJ when it comes to those wide zone schemes. And as far as the tackles, man, they'll be here. They will be there to help them and to assess what they can see as far as like on the outside, and make those big plays that we need. And they're a gap front team. As far as controlling the line. And for years, like I've seen them practice that. I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand, first come, first serve. Being over there when I was over there in Pittsburgh. So we're gonna set the edge and make sure we're gonna get this wide zone running.